That should work. If you want to fuck around on your phone too, that is the other camera's turned on.
I'm actually opening it up right now.
What's going on, John? How are you doing? You able to hear me? Is the audio working? Is audio working, Gage?
Give me 1 second, I can check it.
Tactical sports.
I gotta be careful how I do this because I don't have my earbuds.
Yeah, the audio's working right on.
Yeah, it works.
We'll kill an hour or so. Gotta feed the YouTube overlords. We had that night match last night, dude. My head is absolutely scrambled. My eyes feel like I got welder's flash. The gun looked cool as hell at night. It was fun to shoot. But that definitely was not the appropriate setup for a night shoot. But it looked cool. So, you were saying you had a malfunction with the Shadow 2. You said it was a failure to extract a stovepipe? Or failure to eject, not extract, stovepipe. Failed to clean the firearm, right? Yeah, I don't know if that was spring related or not. Usually with a lighter spring, if you're going to have malfunctions, you'll have a failure to chamber or failure to feed. Not so much failure to extract because the slide is going back with more force. But how'd it go otherwise? How'd the Romulus feel? Go lay down. Go. Arizona kid, what's going on with you? How are you doing? Go lay down. Go. Not gonna sit and pester me. You went to 13 Palm Spring when you got home. There you go. That balances out a little bit better. Factory's 14. I guess what we have in ours is a 13. You remember, Gage?
I don't remember. I think that's what we have. I'm not sure though.
I don't remember. I'd have to pull it out and look at it. I don't remember if it's 12 or 13. And it varies a little bit with your loads. So yeah, well, the Romulus has a big comp on it, so it should be flat. I just don't think they have the accuracy that a CZ has. Did you get any pictures of your group sizes with that Romulus? So if you're all watching, feel free to jump in. Let's have a conversation. Be sure to double tap that screen. That's appreciated. Subscribe to the channel. The purple one up there is a Ruger Mark IV 2245 Light. That's a Lipsy special. So I couldn't get good groups with it like I can with the Shadow. Yeah, well, Shadow's a competition gun. Romulus really isn't. So that's the one thing that kind of concerns you sometimes is when people talk about how great a firearm is what their experience is with it. You know, people really talk up like cheap guns, like Canucks, right? People saying all the praises to them, then you start asking them what their experience is, and they don't really have a lot of other experience to compare it with. So what one person really loves, somebody else with maybe a little more experience just recognizes as dog shit. So, but yeah, Arizona, if you're still here, your service was good this morning. Appreciate you taking the time to do that. We shot the Barrett yesterday. Then we shot that night match on top of it, and I can tell you what, my head hurts. My eyes really hurt. Booty Bandits, how are you doing this morning? I don't know if you heard, but I'm complaining about my head hurting and my eyes hurting.
Yeah.
My left eye especially, because I was forcing that one to stay open. I came home and I was seeing nothing but spots. Alright, man. Cleaning your garage. It's always a good idea. Yeah. We're going to kill this live for about an hour. Get that done for the day and then get going on some other stuff. So, that's okay. Sunday mornings sometimes are hit and miss. Like my algorithms still show early Sundays is doing really, really well. However, as the football season is going, that slowly changes. But for right now, it still shows it's going strong. So we'll see how it goes. YouTube likes people doing lives. They like the interaction. So. Do you ever use bore brushes? I used to use them all the time. Now I rarely do. Yeah, I don't use them unless I have to. Generally, like when you come home, soak your gun. Just put some Hoppe's number 9 in it, a couple wet patches, and leave it sit overnight. Next day, come home and wipe that stuff out. Unless you're in a hurry to put the gun back together. But if you're, I'm pretty sure you clean your stuff more often than we do. But if you want to clean it right away, the right time to clean your gun is when you get home from the range. They effortlessly come clean. What's that UMUT saying? I don't even know what language that is. This-
it's not coming up with a known language that's on automatic translate.
All right, Mr. Aaron, I appreciate it. Hope your day's going good. So, yeah, but last night was our last match of the year, unless we hook up with something indoors. But as of right now, I'm not seeing anything posted available that we could make. But that's okay. We'll spend the next month and a half stocking up on ammunition and getting all that. Got all this in 3 months. I need to step up my game. It's possible. Person, if they work hard, they could. But usually a great collection takes years and years and years, decades, in fact. But I appreciate it for you stopping anyway, and again, I'll say it again because I got to remind people to like the live, join the conversation, consider subscribing to the channel. If you like what you see and you want to support the channel, there's super chats and super thanks available. When we're blessed enough to get people to donate in that, that money goes to the kids for shooting. So my daughter and my son both shoot matches. We either buy ammunition for them, pay match fees, or gear or something. I would love to take the money and go and buy hookers and blow, but I'm responsible, so we don't do that. Good boy. You're such a goofy bastard. What are you guys doing on this Sunday morning? You gonna watch football later? As we round up into Thanksgiving, anybody got plans for Thanksgiving? Going hunting? Go and shoot that 30-point buck? Nikki, no, they're real firearms. If you're interested in seeing them being shot, there's videos on the channel with most of them. The 2 rifles in the top we used last night. We had a night match, so those are the 2 guns we ran last night for that night match. I got 1 or 2 videos posted from that already, so a little hard to see, but it throws a lot of flash. Yeah, there's a Glock up there. That digital camo is a Glock. It's a Glock 17, a Gen 3 Glock 17. Yeah, John, that bottom right's a tactical. The red grips off of it are actually off of my competition. I don't really shoot the tactical much. It's a nice gun. The trigger's not great. The competition definitely has a better trigger, but it's funny because the tactical will outshoot accuracy-wise the competition. It's definitely much more accurate. Why that is, I don't know, but it has been since the day we brought them home. The tactical has a better group. Yeah, I'm not much a football player or football fan. Any of that stuff, I prefer to be doing something, but like a lot of these games, football, golf, rugby, any of the field games, I think if they added landmines to the field, I would definitely want to watch. But that would be worth watching. YCD Guns, I'm good, man. How are you doing? What's new with you? Still killing it at work? What's that Stefano say? Saludos.
Greeting from Chile.
Huh? Greetings from Chile.
Yeah.
Oh, greetings from Wisconsin. Appreciate you stopping in and saying what's up. So, like always, because I got to keep reminding it and saying it. If you guys would consider liking the live, that's great. Consider subscribing to the channel. That stuff's fantastic. It helps my videos. What upgrades are on the black and red and gold Ruger? So the only thing that's actually Ruger on that gun is the barrel and receiver. The lowers, the, how do you say it?
The
Cthulhu? Huh?
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. It's a Cthulhu lower. All tandem cross parts on the whole thing. It's a game changer comp. It's their optics reel, their bolt, their everything. That, and in full disclosure, that was a sponsored gun. They gave us that. You should go pick a topic to discuss each live. I've tried it, but you usually get off topic.
Real easily.
So, usually just try chatting with people. But if you want to pick a topic, Georgian, we can discuss it. Football with landmines, yes, absolutely, dude. How much better would that game be? And I'm not talking like landmines that are going to kill somebody. I'm just talking about the landmines that are going to take off like below the knee. I mean, 80-yard punt return, almost to the end zone. Pow! There goes the lower leg. Dude starts crawling into the end zone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Does anyone know what it's could be? I don't know what it's. I guess it's could be a lot of things, right? It could be gonorrhea or syphilis. It could be a letter from the IRS saying you're not paying enough taxes. It could be a positive pregnancy test. It could be a lot of things. It could be your, what's Eminem say? Seize the moment. It's your time to seize the moment. Cooking with love, how are you doing, man? How's your day going? Sports are rigged.
Yeah.
The noise coming from my Chevy when I go 45. You didn't see that in previous comment? No, I didn't. Go back and read that comment, please, Gage.
Which one?
From YCD Guns. Ammo. How are you doing, man?
Okay, so does anyone know what it could be?
Was there a comment before that?
It would be great if I could figure out what this grinding noise is when I'm going about 45 miles per hour in my Chevy. Or in the Chevy.
A grinding noise? Probably a wheel bearing or a probably a wheel bearing. Could be bad brake pads too. Guys, move! Come on, leave me alone. I don't even like you.
Jordan is saying this happy poop.
Happy poop. That's all right.
Harvey's favorite.
Poop. You're at USPSA. That's all right. I hope you do well. Which all of those will kill the gun habit? What do you mean by buying? Like buying a quality one? So there's really some differences there, right? So a 1911 is just that. Anybody that has a gun collection, you're gonna want a 1911. If you get into some like, you want to shoot well, then you need a good 22. Need a good revolver. So kind of a touch on each one of the categories I find No, the IRS and pregnancy. I'm gonna guess the IRS definitely wants money, and the pregnancy is yes, she's pregnant, but she's got something important to tell you. You are not the father. So you're sick as fuck. You had 2 mics. I did okay on the night match. I finished exactly how I said I would before we even started shooting. With the setup I had, I said I'd probably be in the top 20. I was 19th. I had 2 stages that fucking smoked me, man. I started the stage and had fired 1 round, had a double feed, and it's dark, so you're fighting with the gun in the dark. And the second stage, the same thing happened. It was with the magazine I was using. So like the first one that I had the double feed on, it took me 15 seconds to clear it. When it happened on the second stage, I knew what it was, and we looked at the time, and it was about 10 seconds to clear it. So 15 seconds on an 18-second stage is a lot of time. I mean, that stage I ran in like 45 seconds, and it was like a 18, 19-second stage. I had one stage where I had a failure to engage a target. I just didn't see it. You're shooting at night with a flashlight, but
Real quick and easy to scroll past something.
nope. There's no CZ shadows up here today. What you're seeing on the top is all CZ Tactical Sport oranges. So about $1,000 on top of what a regular shadow is. So definitely a big step up over a shadow. The CZ in the bottom corner is just a Tactical Sport. Oh, I'm sorry, not Tactical. It's a SPO1 Tactical. And there's a Dan Wesson up there too. That's the other one in red. But Gage shot all right. That was his first night match. He ended up with 26th. So first time at night running a gun under a flashlight, he did pretty good. I read that shorty barrel with a big comp, so every time you fired around, it literally looked like a flashbang went off. So that was fantastic. I knew it was going to do that. I actually went into the match with that intent just for footage. But like I said, the 2 double feeds hurt me. That cost me probably a good 10 spots on the stage. So I would have been top 10, top 12 had I not had them 2 stages with double feeds. So, live and learn. That gun I've never ran pro mags in. I did run pro mags in it last night. Mo, get out of there.
Mo.
Get me a strike because she's over there sniffing guns. But yeah, I knew going into the match that it wasn't the right setup. At very least, I should have put a flashlight around, but it wouldn't have looked as cool on camera. So I sacrificed overall finished positions for a good show. But that's what I know. So not a whole lot going on. But now we'll see if YouTube triggers a dog sniffing on a live. Fuar's getting sore going up the stairs, huh?
Yeah.
Green Hood Smoke, what's going on with you? How are you doing? What's big with you on a Sunday morning? We don't really have anything going on. We just getting them wet showers in. try and keep YouTube happy. They reward you a little bit for doing watch hours. They tend to push stuff to your channel a little bit of views. So like always, I'll say it again. You guys watching, join the conversation. Say what's up. Um, ask questions if you have them. Consider putting a like on the live. Consider subscribing to the channel. All them things are great. Try to show positive things on my channel, but sometimes trolls are trolls, and they don't like getting called out. So, but it's funny how and why people start trolling accounts. I had a guy I pissed off a couple weeks ago, and he's had a bunch of his buddies trolling since. And I know it's him because they're all connected to him on his channel. So that's funny. That's okay. Even trolls have a right to an opinion. But Guns and Gaming, how are you doing, man? What's going on with you? Which one's missing? Oh, suppressor. I don't show any NFA items on the channel. That's a quick way to get restricted content. So we have them, we use them, we just don't show them on the channel. Fucking dog got me all full of hair. Cool. I'm not even dealing with it. Go lay down. Go lay down. But how are you doing? I don't think I've ever seen you in the video before. Yeah, the Sandman X. It's a good can. So I used to have a lot bigger channel, and it was primarily all NFA stuff. When YouTube changed their policies, started deleting accounts over full auto, showing suppressors being screwed on, screwed off. We lost a channel. When we restarted a channel, just because it takes forever to build a channel, we decided not to show any of that stuff. So I make an effort to not show it. No, I don't hunt anymore. I used to. I used to turkey hunt. I used to duck hunt, small game, fox, coyotes, and deer. I'm good about to study math and go live. Just got off a 2-day ban for getting lots of reports. Luckily, I'm following guidelines, so they fixed it. What did you get reports for? So both the rifles up there are 5.56. I quit. So we used to lease land, and the land lease ended. And then the property owner sold the property. And we still hunted out on my mom's farm. And when she passed away, it just kind of petered out. Duck hunting's a lot of fun and stuff, but we shoot competitions on weekends. So once my kids started shooting and competing with me on the weekends, I'd rather take them and compete than go sit in a skiff. The rifles were built, the pistols were bought, the Tandem Cross pistol was assembled. So technically, the rifles were assembled too. I didn't machine any parts. There was no hand fit in there. It was assembling parts. They reported me for touching my guns in my live, but I wasn't, so they were very helpful with resolving it. Instagram auto pulls videos when reports pile up. Yeah, people pull games like that. When we do a live, this is my format. I don't hang guns on walls. I'm not that guy. But we put them out. We'll show them. I maybe I'll zoom in on them, but I'm never in frame. I was taking song requests on my live, got cut off. LOL. I wasn't near my guns. Yeah, we've tried playing music and stuff too, and even like their duty free music. It sucks because when they play commercials on it, it kind of fucks your stuff up because commercials are copyrighted. So we had gotten kicked off one time, and I got a strike almost a year ago for playing copyrighted stuff, and it was it was a commercial on their duty free music. Chris, how are you doing, man? How's your day going? What's big with you? Mason, what's going on? How's your day going? Did you shoot that CZ yet? I hope you have. I hope even more you're like, nah, this ain't the gun for me. Chris, did you shoot this weekend? Put a couple mags through it yesterday. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Night match was alright. Posted a little footage from it. Obviously, running an SBR with a big comp doesn't exactly put you in a winning position. I finished 19th out of 37. I started out really strong, then I had 2 stages back to back where I had a double feed. Now remember, you have a flashlight on your firearm, not anywhere else. So trying to assess what happened in the dark was a little tough. Drop the mag, cycle the gun didn't cycle. I couldn't quite feel it in the ejection port, come up through the bottom, knock the shells loose, was back in action. The first one, it took a little over 20 seconds to clear it. The second one, next stage, it took me, 10, 12 seconds to clear it. So that cost me pretty heavily in the overall finish. I think I'm going to do a Sunday morning live, either January or February. There you go. That'll work. Hey, Guns and Gaming, go to my shorts and leave me a message so I can find your channel when we're done here. I just lost where I was. I need to make a video on my Mossberg 500. I'll do it after I go live and got a clean LOL 10 acres, lots of limbs, etc. There you go. Yeah, if you'd leave me a message in my shorts, I'd gladly check out your channel and subscribe to it. No, I haven't. I might go later with my friend to the indoor range. He just got an IWI Zion and wants to 0 LVPO. There you go. That'll be a good time. They're nice shooting rifles. My MP22 likes double feed with bad ammo. Yeah, I just had a bad mag, so I was running a Pro Mag in it, full capacity. First round would obviously fire. And I'd feel the bolt drag. And until you pulled the trigger, you didn't quite know. Well, when it happened the second time, I knew. So I generally shoot metal staying mags. I'm old school like that. But I didn't last night. Some of those stages were not left-hand. No, they're not, and that's the way it usually goes. They don't generally think of the left-handed guy, so they make it tough. Yeah, it's a long time for clearing a gun, but you got to figure, like I said, you're in the dark, bang, click, cycle the gun, hit the mag. No, nothing. So now what's the problem? Drop the mag, work the bolt, no go. Then you got to try and get it out. I couldn't get it through the ejection port, come up through the bottom, get it out, cycle the gun, reinsert the mag, and go back to shooting. So realistically, I've seen a whole lot of people take a whole lot longer during the day to do that than in the dark.
Yeah.
So stay strapped. How are you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Hope your day's going good. I like it so far, but I got to get optic set up for it. Yet I've only tried it with irons. There you go. I don't know what language that is. So, Dos Santos, hi, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Do you like going to museums, or where are all the A10 picks and the MRAP picks from? I work for a company that makes the stuff. The A10, that was across the street from where I work. So, but yeah, all the military stuff I work with, that's my day job. Kind of fun sometimes not so much. What do you think about them Vortex 3X Prism optics? I'll be honest, Mason. If you're asking my opinion on what to get for an optic, get an aim point and then put a magnifier behind it. That gives you the ability to reach out and touch something. A single dot is easy to pick up and it's fast. So you have a great setup for close range, and you have a setup for 300 yards, depending on which one you get. When I buy optics, I go with stuff I know, old mil-spec optics. The Aimpoint Patrol, that's a good optic, small MOA. That would be a great optic for that gun. Why buy a bunch of cheap guns when you can buy a few high-end guns? So what if there's a cheap gun? Important question. Do you like the 11.5 for do it all or 16? Mine's a 10.3, and I can hit 300 yards with it, with the magnifier on it. The EOTech has a lot to look through. Aimpoint would definitely be better, but EOTech's on it. As for me, it's almost like the perfect combination for shooting the 2-gun matches or the rifle only matches. It's convenient because it's short, so you're not losing anything. My Daniel is actually cheap, to be honest, 1,300. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. I bought mine used, and I think I still paid 1,800 for it, but it came with a Leupold Hammer optic. So your description says budget. Yep, it does. So it's a good way to get a conversation going. Everybody has a different idea of what a budget firearm is. So like them Tactical Sport Oranges on the top, them are $2,200 a piece. To a guy who's buying a $9,000 Infinity, that's a budget firearm. So everybody has a different idea of what budget is and what you're looking for and what you're going to do with it.
Nothing else, we also have a range of values up there anyways.
Yeah, there's a pretty big range of firearm cost up there. I just missed a comment. Yeah, shorter is usually better for most things. How y'all doing, buddy? I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? I've hit about 250 with my 5-inch 5.56 now. Are the ballistics there? No, but it will make it. Yeah. So like, if the firearm's zeroed, if I have a 200-yard zero, 300-yard shots are no problem. 100-yard zero with an EOTech at distance is a little tough. It's a big dot. A lot going on in the reticle. My Daniel PDW was 1,600 used. LLV7 is just like their base. Model and cheap on gun deals. Yeah. I just lost that other message right before it. Relinquish, how are you doing, man? How's your day going? Appreciate you stopping in. So, Website sells rifle 16 favorite color. Wait till after January and do the SBR. So that would be my suggestion. 11.5 is a good option. That's what the FBI go to is. And FD, yeah, just wait till after January and do an SBR on it. I did a job for a lady that was the head of electrical engineering on the A10. I noticed an award on her wall. She's in her 90s, but sharp, great person. There you go. That stuff's always really cool. Doing pretty good. Just bought yet another G3. This time it's going to be a DMR. By the way, is that an EOTech 552? I believe so. Whatever the double A one is. I bought that. I've had that optic for a long time, dude. I got that in like, oh, fuck, 2002 or 2003. So it's worth buying. Great optics. The EOTech on the other rifle, along with them Surefires, that's all stuff that was brought home. Wholly get the one you want and change handguard, etc. Yeah, just build your stuff out. Skull and Shorts in Your Lives came up. Sub, hey man, I appreciate it. No problem with that at all. 4.2 hit factor on stage 3. There you go, ammo. Run that shit. 357 Smith & Wesson. No, that's a GP100, a 4-inch GP100. Only thing about post gen SBR, you will need to get the gun etched. And then you have notify the government wherever. Yeah, that's the NFA rules stay in effect. So that's what it is. No big deal on that. Yep, both the brace you don't. It's not a big deal. Like, we haven't been shooting out of state really the last couple of years, but it's not a big deal. It's just a pain in the ass to notify them. How much do you think a certified armorer would do for Cerakote on a whole rifle? It depends on how many colors, and it depends if you have it disassembled or not. But usually, like 3 colors is 5 to 6, maybe 700, depending on pattern and colors. The website said 200. That's pretty cheap. I would question stuff there. And we'll get well soon. Talk to you guys. Going to study before live. There you go, man. Get that timing. That's one of the older models. They usually more stretched out, bigger, longer. Pretty cool, honestly. I think it's better than the current. It is. I've had it a long time. I had some of the ones that were the N batteries, and they've died. The AA batteries that takes is still kicking, but I had 2 other ones that have died. I mean, I don't think either one lasted more than like 5 years. That one's still alive and kicking. And I like AA batteries because number one, we usually have AA batteries here. It's not something you run out of. And if you're going out shooting, you're like, oh fuck, I need to change batteries. You can get them at a gas station. You don't have to go hunt around for batteries plus or something. Every gas station has AA's, so it makes it a lot more convenient to have access to batteries. Anywhere from 150 to 400, depending on coating, how long it takes. Patterns and colors matter. And like I said, if they're disassembling the firearm or if you're disassembling, reassembling, it matters too. I would be leery of a $200 finish. Plan on either getting a Hensoldt for my G3 or just run irons. I want to run irons. Literally, all I love in this world are irons, and that's it. DMRs don't need a lot of gizmos. No, they don't, but they do need a good optic. So, $400 price point scares me. I definitely ask them. If it's 200, I'll consider it. You know, sometimes too, like if the shops are real busy, they can charge more, and you kind of charge smaller jobs out of existence. So the suppressor change is what I'm really excited about. There you go. That'll be fun too. I'm too lazy to disassemble. They're easy to take apart, man. Make sure everything looks good. See in person finished products. Yeah, that's huge too. I definitely asked them to show me the FDE. So yeah, I didn't catch you were doing FDE. So it's one color. So I don't get 50 shades of FDE. I would. Dude, I'll be honest. The 50 shades of FDE, when you put it all on something, it kind of looks cool. It looks cool when you have the anodized FDE with different parts that were Cerakoted or like a plastic grip that was, molded. Kind of looks cool sometimes. Grilled cheese, how are you doing, man? Hope your day's going great. Have a good day, guys. Want to get this garage done. Going to try to do a live tomorrow night. Had a great time at the match last night. Right on. I'm glad you went. It was cool meeting you.
Yeah.
The Hensoldt ZF 4-16 by 56 is literally really good option. And dude, it's literally just nods on a rifle when it gets dark because of how huge the bell is. $4,000 and up. Yeah, they don't give anything away, man. Nobody works for free. Oh, fuck. If you guys haven't, be sure to double tap that screen for me. If you're new, consider subscribing to the channel. So all that stuff's appreciated. Boxing, I think this is the first time we've had a chance to meet. So hopefully you'll consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in videos. But also too, like I said to the other cat, if you would go to one of the shorts and leave a comment so I can find your channel, I'd appreciate that. That'd be pretty cool. Otherwise, I have a hard time finding the channels when the live ends. So I'm really big on supporting channels that support me. If you're in my channels and you're watching them and giving input, then I absolutely 100% do the same. I personally found that matching colors actually didn't that big of a deal. Even my plate carry and some pouches are different colors of shade. In fact, the difference in color creates more obscurity. It does. It breaks things up a little bit more. Is it just me, or are Euromade optics just better than the stuff Trijicon or Night Force or even EOTech just spit out every day? Well, you gotta remember, a lot of the foreign stuff that's trying to sell in the US market is competing against, number one, known products that are, commercially and militarily widely known and accepted. And so they're trying to get into that market. EOTech and Trijicon and Aimpoint are all fat on the government's tit, so they kind of run with what they know. So, which 9mm handgun would you sell first if you had to? I wouldn't sell any guns. I don't sell guns. Once I buy a firearm, even if I don't use it, I keep it. I don't sell things because I need money. That'd be like I'm losing my house, and if I'm losing my house, I have a lot of stuff to sell before I'd sell a firearm. That's not something I do. I buy things, I go out, I experiment with them, we shoot them. If I really like them, I shoot them in matches. If I don't, then they just get put off to the side and we circle back to them here and there. It's just nice to have different platforms to stay proficient with. Every gun is a little bit different, so to have access to a large variety makes you a better shooter. Zeb Carlson, they are all real. Unless you can legally sell privately, it really isn't worth. Yeah, we can sell in the state I live. There's no firearm registration. There's no restriction on selling privately. I just don't sell firearms. A mechanic wouldn't sell his toolbox. No, they wouldn't. Got some good shit. Yeah. Keep in mind, this isn't all the firearms I own. I know the title probably makes it sound like it is. And that was more being facetious than anything. Clickbait, it's get you guys come in and have a conversation, meet some new people, and uh, it's fun. So titles and um, thumbnails are hard to create. So thing is, we kind of do it like I had one the other night where I titled it $250,000 gun collection. It wasn't nowhere near that, obviously, but there's people that have 20, 30 guns. And they start saying this is $100,000 gun collection. It's not. It's maybe 15 to 20,000. But so people that I know in here, they get the joke because we've talked about it, but some don't. Shop's got to leave room for profit, so offers are known to be low. Yeah, absolutely. The general rule of thumb is you got to make about 30% on a sale. So, if you have a $500 gun, they're not going to give you 400. They're going to offer you 250 to 300. So, what's your opinion on expert in few or proficient in many? I am proficient in many. I have things that I shoot extremely well that I would definitely be expert. But I'm a firm believer in anything I pick up, I can shoot very, very well. My kids, let me rephrase that. My two sons are the same way. Like, we went to GunCon and we had people making a lot of comments about how we were picking stuff up, and they'd be like, "Oh God, we got shooters here," and we could go anything from a sub gun to a long gun to different platforms and pistol, and we were accurate. And that's because you train. The core fundamentals are always the same. Sight alignment, trigger press, follow through. So the more you do that, the less trigger pulls affect, the less different grip angles affect. It just makes you better. Personally, I'd run Henselt's and Schmidt and Bender's. Yeah, Schmidt and Bender, you can't argue with that. Zeiss too is another good one. On my rifle, it's funny how I don't have a single thing in 5.56, but I admit the ACOG TA11 and TA31 are the pinnacle of optics, especially on M16. On M16, yeah. I don't have a whole lot of experience with ACOGs. That was not something I used much. We've shot them; they're okay. I still like on carbines either an EOTech, which is like my third option, or an aim point. Like the aim point up there is an M61 or M68, sorry. And then a 3 or 4 power magnifier behind it. All the things I've played with different LVPOs, 1 to 4s, 1 to 6, 1 to 8, 1 to 10. They don't do anything well. They're not a great precision rifle optic. They're not a great close up optic. So personally, I like a simple dot, a nice high aim point with a 3 or 4 power magnifier behind it. I'm amazed when I see I used High Point for 100. They must got like 20. Yeah. High Point, I'm not gonna lie, High Point's come a long way. They're still a brick. They're still chunky. They're still a very, very
They're still a High Point.
cheap. They're a High Point. I'm trying to say it so much nicer, but they work. They work and they hit shit. The only bad thing about ACOG is the fact that it hates you and wants to rape your eye. Yeah, they don't have shit for an eye relief. Thanks for the Abysmal eye relief and eye box, but what the Biden aiming concept and good practice is good. Yeah, it is. Again, though, too, it's not a great close-up optic. That's why they started putting the RMRs on top. But if you're engaged in this is also why the Marines kept it, as they're marksmen. So they had an optic that would support their ability to reach out and touch someone. But like on a saw or any of the other larger weapon systems, it's a good option. But again, I prefer an aim point. EOTechs are nice for EOTech inside of 100 yards is probably one of the fastest optics you're gonna get. Uh, it's hard not to get that big old reticle on something. Eat is an icon though. It is. You can't. I mean, I don't own one. I bought them. I bought my oldest one a couple years ago. I got him a 10mm because you wanted a 10mm firearm, but it shot. I mean, the accuracy was actually fairly accurate. It wasn't, a bullseye gun, but we were shooting at 25 yards and had no problem hitting a 25-yard silhouette in A zone. So, that's not bad. All right, Arizona. I'll catch you later, man. I hope you have a great day. I hope you do good things today. What do you think about Holosun? I don't have a lot of experience with Holosun, so maybe I don't have an opinion on them. For optics, I think I prefer the Vortex over Holosun. If you're talking about like a Holosun for your rifle, save a little bit more. You can buy the Aimpoint Patrols. They're not that expensive. That's a 10 times better optic. The Holosuns are not. They're not a duty grade optic. They're a range toy, or maybe a competition optic, but they're not a duty grade optic. The whole Yeet thing is dumb, in my opinion. Makes a cheap product sound even cheaper. It does, but it's a way of bubbifying it. You know what I mean? And honestly, from their end, it probably helped them in market and sell more firearms because it was a Yeet cannon, which turned it into kind of a meme than just a high point. Them calling it a Yeet cannon actually has sold a lot of firearms for them. So it does sound ridiculous. It does definitely sound making it hillbilly-ish, but kind of makes it fun, joking around. You pull out a Yeet cannon. It's a meme, It's just a meme gun. But in real world application, they do work and they do hit shit. You have to have a good grip on. A lot of times people have problems with them because they're limp wristing them. And that's not a gun you can limp wrist. There's a lot of mass on top of that, and it's a straight blowback gun. So as long as you do that, you're good.
Oh no, it's 2137.
Give it. But yeah, a high point's a good gun if you want to keep something in your garage or in a vehicle. It's also a good option for somebody who doesn't have any other opportunities. Chris, how are you doing? I'm good, man. What do you know? We just trying to get them Sunday watch hours. It's hard to find time to do lives, and my daughter and wife are both gone, so the house is relatively calm. So it's kind of a good opportunity to get some watch hours. And I use High Point as an example all the time. Somehow they can make guns that actually run out of the box well. Other manufacturers that charge way more have issues. Absolutely. So, do you think a Vortex magnifier would be a good choice? I do. Every magnifier I have is a Vortex. I'm not spending $600 on an EOTech or an Aimpoint magnifier. I'm just not. So the magnifier's, that's my opinion. You gotta have a good optic though. I have from South Africa. Nice collection. I have subbed you. Thank you, man. I appreciate you very much. So I hope you're having a great day. We have LVPOs, and like I said, I got them thinking that it would kind of be the best of the worlds, and they're not. They're not a great longer range rifle, and they definitely, even at 1 or 0, if somebody wants to say it's a true 0, they're not fast. They're just not. A lot of 3-gun guys will use them because you'll have engagements out to 500 yards, but they'll also put red dot on a 45-degree mount. So I want a yeet cannon for my smart car gun. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't carry a yeet cannon, but to have one in a vehicle or have one in a spot that could get stolen, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not even sure how to say that whole name. Wade, I'm doing good, man. What's up with you? How are you doing? So our views are dropping off now. It's pretty much about the time that YouTube will quit showing this. So they're going to go ahead and get off this live. So I appreciate everybody that jumped in here with us and stuck it out. I thank you for that. If you haven't liked the video, and subscribe to the channel. Trying to get my friend excited about shooting. The way to get him excited about shooting is take him out and let him do it, because shooting's a lot of fun. John, I appreciate you hanging out. UCast, I appreciate you too. So I hope you guys have a great day. Get out and do something fun. Don't just sit around and veg out like I'm probably going to do. So, till next time, see y'all later.